Alright, part 3 of my analysis of Jean-Pierre Wehry. Let's go.
You came all the way here.
I came up, what happened?
You're going to drop off a note, and then you're going to
What happened?
Just a moment.
How it started is I was coming up on a bus.
Okay.
And I got up here and I found out the number 3 doesn't run any longer.
I don't understand. I really don't understand him. Yes, I don't know. The sound is not excellent, but I don't understand what he said. I went on the bus. I'm going to listen.
How it started is I was coming up on a bus. And I got up here and I found out the number 3 doesn't run any longer.
So we found something that wasn't running any longer, okay?
Okay, but I'm already past the 1. Okay, and I'm up here and I'm finding out as I'm walking, I'm looking for a bus stop and says, and I, excuse me, I'm told that it stopped at 6 o'clock or something like that. I'm already on foot though. Okay, so I'm told steam something, I don't know. I'm just told that up in this area, okay, that there's and I had an address. All I did is write down an address.
So he came all the way to Riverside, and he was looking for number 3, but it was closed. So he kept there, he kept walking, and he had an address from a Steve. Wow, I don't know. I really don't know, honestly.
I was told that a young man
who was sending these emails with your...
So now Chris is getting tired. Like, who was sending those emails with your name on it? With Jean-Pierre Wehry at yahoo.com.
An account since 1999.
I haven't used an account since 1999. And he licks his lips again. Did you notice? You did notice.
A young man
who was sending these emails with your...
Look at his lips.
I haven't used that account since 1999.
And he licks his lips. So he dies. So what he's saying, he's kind of building, but he's very careful with his life. He says, when he was going to school 5-10 years ago, I was using that email. I didn't use it since I was married. So basically, he's playing the card. But some people have asked, why is there no chat log with him? Because he didn't have a chat log. He did all that by email. And I guess he's saying his defense is that somebody used his email address to plan that up. And the proof is that the emails are not his style. And somebody tricked him into coming, and he has a nonsensical style. I really don't understand the beginning. I gotta watch one more time.
You came all the way here.
I came all the way
here.
You're going to drop off a note, and then you're going to go
what happened?
Just a moment.
How it started is I was coming up on a bus.
I was coming on the bus.
I got up here and I found out the number 3 doesn't run any longer.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm already past the 1. Okay, and I'm up here and I'm finding out as I'm walking, I'm looking for a bus stop and says.
Okay, so he went to see a number 3. It was closed, so he went back to look for a bus terminal or something, I don't know.
And excuse me. I'm told that it stopped at 6 o'clock or something like that.
Okay, at 6 o'clock, he met someone at the stop who told him... I'm really trying to understand what he means.
I'm only on foot, though. Okay, so I'm told... Steam something, I don't know. I'm just told that up in this area, okay, that there's and I had an address. All I did is write down an address.
So he went to see number 3, I don't know. He was giving an address to go here. Okay. Believe me, please believe me, please believe me. And he's like, shit, he's not buying my lie. He licks his lip like, here's the problem. I know.
You were at a public library.
You know what I was, or you know that somebody was using that account?
I know.
So now he says, you know I was, or you know somebody was using my account. And Chris just says, I know you were. You know.
That's good. Who's using that account?
I know you were.
You know, I was. That's good.
When he's nervous again, he also licks his lip when he's about to lie, or when he lies, or when he's nervous. So now, Chris, I know you were. How could he know that? How could he know that Jean-Pierre Wehry was at the library? So now, because basically what he's saying is that somebody sent email from the library using your email address. But Chris says, you know that I was, or you know that, not Chris, Jean-Pierre said, you know that I was, or you know that somebody was using my email to send address. And Chris says, I know you were at the library. And now instead of saying, well, I wasn't, sir, he says, oh, you know I was, that's great. Well, I was going to say, I was at the library, but I wasn't sending email, I just happened to be there.
I do sometimes go in and talk to a friend of mine in the public library.
So he says, yeah, I was at the library, but I was just going there to talk with a friend of mine. So he just admitted that he was at the library at the time the emails were sent. So now it's going to crush him a little bit. It's getting closer around him. The first part was very funny, but now he's going to be obliterated by his web of lies. So he should have said, how did you know I was at the library? You can't possibly know that. You don't have spies. He could have kept denying it, like, no, I didn't go to the library at all. And I guess his defense might possibly have worked for at least a little bit longer. Now he says, well, sometimes I go to the library, but not to send email with little boys, even though I was convicted of rape before. That's it. But it was somebody else using my email. He says, I was at the library, but to chat with a friend. Please believe me, man. Please believe me.
You know that Jane.
Can I taste your nut? And
That's not my style.
Again, he licks his lips. Can I taste your nuts? I don't know how it works in the gay community. Is that something gay people tell each other, like to excite themselves? Can I taste your nuts? That's not my style. What's your style? Chris would ask him, what's your style, John? Oh, I make a good candle light supper, and I make some nice music, and I take a shower. I don't know.
Lots of oral sex. How can I promote someone I never had lots of hot sex?
I can figure that maybe a couple of people might want to try to get me in trouble. I don't know.
A couple of people want to get me in trouble. I don't know.
You're saying this is somebody else, even though we know you're at the public library using a computer. And
What
we
you
know
know
this
is I was in a public library.
Look at that.
That's what you may know.
We know it was you. We know you were at the library. We know you were using a computer. And Pierre Wehry says, what you know is that I was at a public library. That's what you might know. And then Chris says,
I don't know everything I know.
you don't know everything I know. If I was John Wehry, I would say, Jean-Pierre Wehry, I would reply, yes, but you don't know everything that I know that you know that I know. Or, you don't know everything that I know that you know that I know. And to be a smart ass. Let's go. Now he's cut, like, deer in headlight. That looks like, crap, these guys are serious. I'm fucked, the way he looks. And then he goes back to lying.
So you want to tell me the real story now?
And that's the key moment. That's my favorite moment in the entire interview. Chris asked him, so you want to tell me the real story now, or you want to keep going?
I want to go with what you thought. It's up to you.
It's up to you. Look at that.
And when does the real story get me?
What does the real story get me? So he just admitted. What does the real story? Chris says, you want to keep going with you want to tell me the real story, or you want to keep going with what you've been up to? He says, what does the real story get me? So he just admitted, pretty much he just admitted that he just told a bunch of palaver. So he just admitted to lying. He showed that, like, if I tell you the real story, what's going to happen? Like, what does it get me? You're such a bad liar. Like, he could have kept it and said, I just told you the real story. I'm really looking for John Pedersen. That's the real story. I swear. No. What does the real story get me? It's up to you.
It's up to you. You can tell me the truth, you can tell me the story.
You can tell me the truth, you can tell me the story.
I can't make you do one thing or the other.
Now he's thinking, like, what do I do? Think quick.
Your story doesn't make that much sense.
Your story doesn't make that much sense.
Maybe I'm skeptical.
Chris says, maybe I'm skeptical. So it worked. It managed to sway Chris a little bit. Chris doesn't say, your story is entirely bullshit and I don't believe a word you said to me so far. He says, maybe I'm skeptical. So I give you the little benefit of the doubt. So, like, maybe if we can find some Michael on the bus or some Mexican or Miguel on the bus and counter-verify, maybe your story is true. That's what Chris says. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, wow, he did manage to win a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it doesn't mean who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
I just realized that 40 minutes in, 12 minutes in, I don't even know who you are. Are you John Pedersen?
Came here. I was just now told that gate's open. Come on in. Okay.
And who told you that?
A young man.
A young man.
That's kind of true. If you remember what he said at the origin, he said that he called, but he didn't have John Pedersen. But I guess he called some random guy. The guy said, John is going to be late. You can come by the side door and leave a note. And he says, who told you that? A young man. So he's not contradicting himself. Not at this part anyway. But it's kind of dubious. A young man told me you can just come in the house. You know, get in the house. That's okay. John is. And he said earlier. He said the man said John was going to be late, but you can leave a note. Lick his lips.
I was told there's a young man here that knows.
Who knows what? Lick his lips. Lick the lips. Who knows what?
This guy that runs this construction company over here.
What this sounds like, Michael, is that you were
Listen
going
to
here to have sex with a 13-year-old
Oh,
boy.
hell no.
Oh, hell no.
I'm dating. I got her phone number on my computer.
I'm dating a girl. I got her phone number. You want to check my phone?
No, I'm dating a young black girl.
I'm dating a young black woman. Wow,
Why would you
really?
say these things to somebody you thought was a 13-year-old?
Maybe somebody else that was also on the computer in the library been using my name.
Maybe there was someone else who just happened to be in the library at the exact same time you were there, and he uses your name and he happened to be doing that kind of stuff. And
So it's
now,
one bit.
now he's starting to panic, but he doesn't show it too much. But he's starting to panic, like, oh shit, I'm getting done. So it's one big misunderstanding.
Big mix-up.
Mix
I'm
up.
telling you what I came here for, and I don't have sex with anybody.
I don't have sex with anybody.
Not me.
Listen.
If you were anybody had access to my record, you look at my record, you figure out that the only time I had any problems with anybody was a young woman, unless you look at my adolescent stuff. And then I was an adolescent.
That's wow. This is even better that I never had anything on my record except for OUI. He says, the only time I ever had any problem was with a young woman. That's one way to present it. You raped her, Michael. You raped her. Oh, I had problem with a young woman. No, you raped that woman. And he says, oh yeah, and there's the history stuff, a long time ago. Because he was convicted of 3 violent crimes. It's not like nothing. He bet somebody with a firearm. This is like a new GTA. Like GTA 6 will be Pierre Wehry edition. You will go around with a gun and you will enter. There will be a quest in GTA where you try to get a construction job. For John Patterson. Listen to what he says.
If you were anybody had access
If you look at my record,
you figure out that the only time I had any problems with anybody was a young woman.
The only time I had any problem with anybody was a young woman. That's a rape. Like the only time I had problem, oh yeah, I raped a woman. That's the kind of stuff that happened. I raped a woman. It's the only time I ever had any problem. You act like it's no big deal, but fuck you, you're a rapist, dude. Go fuck yourself, Pierre Wehry. And it says, except for history stuff.
Unless you look at my adolescent stuff.
Unless you look at very old stuff that I did, like beating somebody with a gun or not registering as a sex offender. But that doesn't count. Like, it's too far away. We don't even need to talk about it, right?
And then I was an adolescent.
And I was given a lesson.
So you got a record.
So you got a record. I'm guessing I do. You have a record. I'm guessing I do. I'm guessing I do. Dude, you were convicted 3 times. Stop it. You know you have a record.
You're guessing you do.
Yeah, I have a record.
I have a
You
record.
had a problem with a young woman.
A long time ago.
That's like, I never had anything on my record except no UI. You had a problem with a woman. Yeah, but it's a long time ago. It's no big deal. Like, yeah, there was a woman. I raped her. It's a long time ago. No big deal. Don't talk about it. It's not even worth mentioning. Licks his lips.
Time for that?
Did you have any time for that?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? And now he's getting more, you can see his side, he's a bit more aggressive. Like Chris has. Did you have any time for that? Don't you know? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Why are
Yes.
you asking?
Why are you asking?
I want to know the truth.
Yes.
I've done time for that.
I don't have time for that. Look at how he looks at Chris. When he looks at that, he's saying the truth. When he looks like directly and a bit aggressive, like, look, dude, you see, I'm honest. I tell you the truth. I've done time for that. So, it's a long time ago, so it's okay, Every crime older than 5 years disappear forever.
Straight up, I've done time for that. It was a young woman. Ain't no kids in me.
No kids. So now the story is getting weirder. Like, he's still denying everything, but now he just admitted, like, to raping a young woman. But it wasn't kids, Wasn't kids, so it's not good. And it's a long time ago. So we'll do part 4, and I have something else to show you. So